Kenny and Nika began watching WWE in January 2025 during the Royal Rumble. Nika is brand new to WWE, while Kenny is returning for the first time in over 20 years. They appreciate your patience as they learn everybody's names and finishers, as well as past events concerning the WWE brand and or characters. They promise they will learn it all in due time.
You know, Nika, I was putting together today's show and media, and I couldn't help but see that Drew McIntyre's name came up trending, and Kenny got curious over here as to why, ahead of his Saturday night main event matchup with Randy Orton, was Drew McIntyre trending this morning. And well, it didn't take me long to find out. I found out that he had done a little video interview with Sports Illustrated yesterday, and I found that through the Sports Illustrated homepage here. It was headlined, as you can see, it says Drew McIntyre, quote, "I'm the perfect WWE superstar."
Okay, then.
And as I got into this little blurb, it says WWE superstar Drew McIntyre joined Sports Illustrated to share his thoughts on some of the top names in wrestling. Ooh, juicy, including John Cena, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes.
Okay, are those the fights we're going to see him in? Potential.
Yeah, maybe he's listing off his checklist of worthy opponents for the great Drew McIntyre.
A bucket list.
He also discussed his passion for soccer and the goals he hopes to accomplish before retiring from WWE.
Okay.
This is kind of one of those instances where the line between reality and the show is blurred a little bit.
Definitely. Because we thought he was on the siesta for injury, neck injury.
Well, as you can tell from everything I've read so far, there's nothing really juicy or trending worthy about it. But we are going to find out why. And anyways, I got to this link, and I eventually found the video that Sports Illustrated posted on their YouTube page. So go check out that video if you haven't yet. But Drew McIntyre was interviewed via webcam by Kent Brown from Sports Illustrated here. And that's where this little soundbite that made Drew McIntyre trend came from.
Okay.
So without further ado, let's check out this little soundbite, Nika.
All right.
Fuel you a little bit knowing that so many guys in the locker room had the family background to kind of get themselves started with, where you had to start on your own and make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I can really care less what your last name is. My journey is very different from basically anybody's ever. I came from Scotland. I was the first ever Scottish person signed directly from Scotland to WWE, a country of 5 million people. And I've had such a unique journey, a lot of ups and downs on the way. You know, the long-time fans out there will know what everything I've been through and had to fight for everything I've got. Today's day and age, it's lucky I'm as good as I am, or I might get lost in the shuffle, because I suggest to a lot of the talent backstage when they're asking for advice, maybe change your last name to Fatu or something, you might get more opportunities.
Oh.
Snap.
All right. Well, the last
it.
thing that he said there about changing your last name to Fatu and you'll get more opportunities is why he is trending right now, because that is the soundbite. And you can see when you take something like that out of context a little bit, how it could sound or how it could come across. You know, if he was venting to a reporter backstage as not Drew McIntyre, the character, but Drew McIntyre, the person, he sounds like an embittered asshole a little bit, right? That he wasn't born a Fatu.
He does.
But, okay. Nika, let's go back to the beginning of this.
Okay.
Kent Brown here asks him specifically about the family connections in the locker room and if he's kind of bothered by that. So the whole question was about this in the first place. And having heard the entire question and answer, and not just the last soundbite out of context on Twitter, he's totally in character here. He's not playing himself right now. He's playing his WWE character.
Well, the lines are a little blurred when it comes to all these things, but you're right. It
I
does
know.
feel scripted.
It's a traveling circus.
Mm-hmm.
They have to keep up appearances at all times. It's in some ways it's no different than Michael Jordan. He had to keep up appearances in the 90s. He had to be mobbed by people everywhere he went because it got out where his hotel was or whatever, and his daily routine was constantly almost being followed by people, and that comes with certain responsibilities.
And that was the 90s and early 2000s without all the social media circus.
Well, I just thought it was kind of funny that social media blew up about what he said, considering that it was totally all in character to me. Like, if you listen to this, there's no way you would think that that's really Drew McIntyre just shooting the shit with a reporter as himself, being like, yeah, I'm embittered because I wasn't born a Fatu and, they get special treatment in the locker room. No, he's playing the villain right now. Yeah. He's literally playing the villain.
Setting the stage for the future fights.
I don't think this was nearly as bad as Pat McAfee hosting his show, the Pat McAfee live show, and he had Paul Heyman, the wise man, come on, and the wise man made him really uncomfortable. He was almost visibly like, hey, no, you got to stop now. Kind of. It was because Heyman started ripping on Mickey Mouse and oh, they control what you say, Pat, and it was kind of awkward and uncomfortable. Again, blurring these lines between reality here, But when the guy's turning flush red, you can't help but think that Pat McAfee's a little bit uncomfortable with what's being said on microphones right now.
He does turn red a lot.
But he squashed that conversation so quickly. I agree. But at the same time, Paul Heyman is just playing a character and a villain. And it's just one of those instances, I think, of taking it a little bit too far. Because you could potentially start messing with somebody's job or somebody's revenue.
Sure.
Anyways, I thought that was interesting and just interesting to contrast with this moment here. But back to this moment, one person did happen to notice from the Fatu family about what had been said here on this Sports Illustrated interview. And that was our girl, Naomi, a.k.a. the Trinity Fatu. And if you are not following Trinity Fatu, a.k.a. Naomi, on Twitter, you are really missing out. I'm sorry, I should call it X by its formal name. But Trinity is it is almost daily entertainment, multiple times a day. Here she writes, and let's start with the quote again. I suggest to a lot of the talent backstage when they are asking for advice, maybe change your last name to Fatu or something. You may get more opportunities. That's the quote from Drew McIntyre, and Trinity responds, that's why I changed my name to Fatu. Ha 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 ha. And we could all hear Trinity, aka Naomi's, laugh as she does that. And obviously the caution triangle, a reference to the caution tape costume. Perfect response from a one heel to another, I guess.
Yes.
Because Drew McIntyre is playing a heel in this interview, and Naomi just upheeled him, I guess, because she just threw it right back in his face and said, yep, I married into that shit.
Now, did she get more opportunity by changing her name?
Well, I guess we'll never know.
We never know.
I don't know if these biases exist in reality or not, or if it's just something that it might be a where there's smoke, there's fire situation. Sure. And Drew McIntyre, being the heel that he is just playing up on those pre-known or pre-talked about circumstances that just happen to exist. No offense, but The Rock is one of the most iconic, successful performers in the history of WWE. He still is actively a part of the storyline now. And I don't think he's wrestled in years.
No, he doesn't want to, most likely. He's past that age.
Yeah, of course. He would rather be playing Black Adam, if you believe the trades magazines. But the failure of that movie blew it up, and that's why we have the new Superman. Nevertheless, back on topic here, The Rock has tons of pull in WWE, and he's bred a whole generation of talent from his familial connections. They're not all related, but they are part of this bloodline thing.
Yes.
And whether you like it or not, it has pull. So it's going to exist. And So I credit Drew McIntyre for just being sharp enough and snarky enough with the Sports Illustrated reporter to go there and actually make this into a memeable quote, because that's what it is. It's the thing went viral because it was taken out of context, and
Sure.
it gave people this: is he really mean this, or is this? He doesn't mean this. He's playing a character.
There's also feud brewing in the bloodline, so that fits the narrative of the WWE right now. So he's playing right into it.
It definitely does, and it's interesting to see where those lines are being drawn, because you have Trinity right here, and you now have Jimmy Uso getting a shot at the U.S. Championship tomorrow night on Saturday night's main event. So, yeah, you bring up an interesting point. Not all is well in the bloodline. And when you think of Jimmy Uso, you think of Jey Uso, and you think of the ultimate good guy in WWE right now, one of the best young performers as far as getting the kids amped up. And here's Trinity Fatu, who's Jimmy's real life wife, and she's the biggest heel there is in the women's division. So
let me ask you this.
I wonder where this would all lie if it all came out, where they all came out together. It would be funny to see.
So who's going to win the match?
Who's going to win that match? Solo Sikoa is going to win.
You don't think Jimmy's going to snatch the belt?
I do not.
Too early.
Too soon.
Yeah.
You fell for it. No, I just hope they work a good match.
Yeah,
That's
me
all.
too.
Okay. And Jimmy is obviously not as popular as his brother, but he still has something to offer.
Well, he's still part of the bloodline, and they used to be a tag team together. So
For sure.
now
They
he has to have a solo.
Hopefully
run.
they have a good match.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Is Drew McIntyre meaning what he says here? Or is this him just straight up playing a character and everyone blew this whole situation out of proportion? Typical. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You know the drill. And like this and share this video, please. Cheers. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get ready for the Rumble this weekend.